Hey everybody, welcome to Color Conversations with Crawford Street. I'm Tanner. I'm the lead designer here at Crawford Street Designs, and we are here talking about some of our favorite colors in Sherwin-Williams. And these colors in particular, this one today being part of that, is what we are deeming our winter collection. In some way, shape, or form, these are kind of inspired by the season of not maybe as much activity, going on, a lot of home time, a lot of barrenness, a lot of coldness, of course. So today's color is a really pretty one, and it does kind of play on that coldness, but more on even the kind of like chill of winter and kind of that void even that can feel like, you're waiting on spring, like you're kind of on the tail end of winter and there's something underneath all this cold, right? Like, just on the horizon is some spring, some growth or whatever. So that's what this color is inspired by today. And it is Sherwin-Williams 7659 GRIS. So it's not GRIS like go grease lightning. It is GRIS like gray in Spanish. So right off the bat, right? It's gray. It is a beautiful gray though. And I say gray, and I want you to just keep gray in your mind, because like I said, it really gives this kind of dull in a great way, void of color in a great way, until some light shines on it, or you pair it against like some natural, y'all, hold on, pair it against some natural white. I'm all over the place today. We just moved our office around, so things are like out of whack. So when you get it surrounded by white, it's actually really, really, really a beautiful color. And you will see that there is undertones of color. So even though it is gray at first glance, gray at its kind of overall family or overall appearance, yes, it would be gray, but there is something lying beneath all that voidness of color, right? It's like you can see the color. You're like, it just hasn't broken ground yet, like I said, the tail end of winter. So there are actually teal, blue, and green undertones that come through. Like I said, more obvious in the natural light, and of course, when partnered with white or a very canvas color for it. Now, if you put it, oh, y'all, look at me today. At this point, maybe I should just stop the video. If you have it, in a darker shaded area, then it's not going to appear as colorful. It's going to definitely hint more at gray. But once you get it in some light, you're going to start seeing a little bit of blue, a little bit of green, just barely there. So when this has worked really well is on exteriors. We, like, say you have a lake house, a mountain house, and you don't want it to blend into the surroundings. And a lot of times we have clients that reach out and want their house to feel earthy, and it's surrounded by woods, and we want it to feel woodsy, and there's a lake in the background, so we want it to feel really serene. Like, that is cool. But there are other people who are like, we want our cabin, our mountain home to not feel so mountainy, not feel so brown. We want it to lighten up and be almost like more cottagey color, but in the mountains. That's when a color like this works great. It's whenever you need I keep saying this, but dullness of gray, to fit into such natural surroundings. Like, you're not going to go out there and put a bright yellow house in the middle of, sorry if you have that, in the middle of all these woods. So the grayness helps it tie in, but the little bit of undertone of this like blue and green combined really makes it stand out. It makes it charming. It makes it pop a little bit. And in fact, it's actually a deeper color. Its LRV is 39. So if white is 100, pure white, and absolute black is 0, you're at 39. So you're a deeper medium here. But do you see how just those undertones make something about it feel so light and airy? It's such a complex, in an amazing way, color that we wanted to bring it to you guys to say, like I said, if there's this kind of complexity, even what you're trying to achieve with your own design, like say you have a very craftsman style house, but you are more Southern cottage or whatever, what a great complex color to kind of pull in, like I said, dullness, but also prettiness. You know, I mean, it's a really great, just adaptive color to what you really need it to be. In fact, so this time actually brought exterior materials for us to kind of talk about. So say that you have red brick, white brick, brown brick, and even this, it's like more lime washed and everything. You can see that if you pair it next to it, especially in the light, you're probably going to notice more of the blue color, more of the color, because you've got such a natural element on there right next to it, right? And so, you know, be mindful of that. If you're here for you're wanting more of the gray part of GRIS, then know that if you have red brick or brown brick or even brick with a red or brown undertone, it's going to pull more maybe colorful than you might expect. So know that. But if you're here because you actually like it looking more blue or whatever, then keep that in mind. Now, that's not to say like if you have a red brick that you can't do this because it's gonna look blue. Not at all. First of all, red brick and blue can go together very well. But say you have, you know, no brick. Say you have, you know, just stone, or say you have all siding or all hardy plank or board and batten, whatever it may be. Another way to bring in such a nice, I don't know why I'm still holding it against the white element, is your roof, right? I've literally got them opposite because the roof would be on top, but my arms are not that long. There we go. So do you see how now it feels more gray? Because your roof is not, first of all, it's not right next to it. You know, like a brick would kind of be, the brick looks like part of the facade of the structure, whereas the roof looks like the top, you know? So your brick looks like it's a part of the paint and the siding. So if you have a warmer brick or a warmer stone and you pair it with this, it's going to feel more blue because it's going to be like adding that, those undertones are going to pop against that warmth, against that brown, against anything red or yellow or gold. It's going to really appear more blue and everything. Like I said, because brick and stone would be on the same facade with that siding. Now, a way that you can have warmth in your home and still get this and achieve not so much of a blue look, like I said, would be like in your roof. So if your roof is brown, that's a different story. So I just wanted to show you guys different building materials with this and how they also make it change. So, you know, like I said, if your roof is brown, that doesn't mean, you know, this is going to look blue, because it's like a top. It's like its lid. It's a separate component from the house itself on the roof. So this plays well with, obviously, warms and cools. Just know that its undertone of color of a little bit blue, a little bit green is going to be more noticeable depending on what you surround it with. So if you have it against a white, if you have it in direct sunlight, if you pair it against something that's very contrastingly warm, or you know, even black, you know, if you outline this in black, it's going to be kind of more obvious. But if you pull this gray into, like I said, like a palette like this that was already kind of a grayer, you know, whatever, or like a stone, like if you have a kitchen with a Carrara marble and it already has kind of gray in your stone, your countertops or whatever, this is going to not showcase so much of that unique undertone. It's really just going to play more gray, which again is just so nice. So if you're here and the complexity of this color kind of intimidates you, or you think that's not what I wanted, I want solely gray, or like, I hear you, Tanner, that there's an undertone, but I'm not seeing it enough, I need more. Like, you can always adjust from this color. However, if you're here and you're like, nope, what you're saying is exactly the complexity that I need. I need it to tie in with basic, dull color, gray family. I need it to do all the things that a gray would do, but I need it to just pull a little bit of color when I need it to. And that's either going to be when the sun hits it, or when I, surround it or bring in different pieces. But like I said, it's a great color to pop, but still fit in. You know what I mean? It's such a neat, just characteristic of it. And like I said, it's a 39, so it's pretty deep, but it still appears light and airy somehow, And so, like I said, it's a great, crazy, kind of like this video has been, complex color. But if you feel like it's yours, then that is awesome. I hope that this has helped you. And if you still need more help, please feel free to reach out. Our email's in the description. And if you feel like you need help adjusting from here, or you have like more questions about it, also feel free to reach out. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more color conversations, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.